trailer, so you know we're going to get something. And depending on what I decide to name this thumbnail, you may already know, but or name the video rather. We are going to pick up a car that I've wanted for a long time. I've never owned a classic car, and this is one of the ones, probably the classic car that if I was going to have, it's the one. It's a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. It was posted last week, and I messaged the guy immediately, like 20 minutes after it was posted, and he already had people interested, and I was about to catch a plane, but my buddy was able to go look at it, somehow finagled his way into going to look at it, and you know, while I was in the air, he was able to make a decision for me and leave a deposit. We're gonna go check it out. Either way, it's a screaming deal. It seems like it will be anyways. I don't know what the plan for this one is yet. I've always wanted to LS swap one, T56, maybe turbos. Who knows? But either way, we're gonna go check this thing out. This guy's got a massive property, it looks like, with a whole bunch of collector cars that I think he's selling off. So we'll check it out. Hopefully I can film there a little bit. But we should be there in about 30 minutes, so let's go look at this thing. All right, guys, we're here, pulling up. Beautiful property. This guy's got, like, I think it's a shop here and then a big barn back here. We'll see if he'll let me film it all, but from the pictures it looked pretty wild. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty crazy. Boys and girls, day 2, 69 Camaro. Got back late the other night. I ended up staying at my brother's because his house is pretty close to where this car was. Car's still on the trailer, so we'll do a quick walk around since it was late when I was loading this thing up. It was just getting dark, so you wouldn't be able to see it anyways, but this is her. 1969 Camaro. VIN number says it's originally a V8 car. Probably not, you know, real SS or Z28 or anything like that. It's got drum brakes all around, 10-bolt rear. Pretty straight body though. Not a show car. I mean, I think someone, if you look, might be hard to see on video here, but I think someone's done some minor rust repair in the rocker areas. I did put a magnet around the whole car, and there is still metal there. Who knows what's under it, but you know, really pretty straight for what I paid, and you know, for a driver. The underside is really clean. We'll get it up on the lift and take a closer look, but from what I can see, it's really clean. 10-bolt rear, which again tells us it's probably not an SS, but you know, might have come with a 307 from the factory. Looks like a newer fuel tank. Oh yeah. It's obviously been painted at some point. You know, got some orange peel there. I don't know what's going on with these orange decals that kind of follow the body lines, but that was the first thing I checked when I bought the cars. Can we just peel these off? Oh yeah. Those are definitely going to be the first to go. I think this orange is not really my style. But hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Actually, you know what? Let's get off the trailer, then I can show you guys the interior and the motor. But let me pull this thing forward and we'll get it off the trailer. All right, here we go. All right. Manual windows, love it. Let's see if I can't figure out one of these carburetor jabs. Let's see, what do the people on YouTube say to do? 2 pumps. See what happens. Ooh. I guess I should have the clutch in and make sure we're in neutral here. There's no clutch safety switch on these old rides. How do I turn the volume down? Got the oldies going. Okay, let's try that again. We almost went through the tailgate of my truck. Ooh. All right, not bad. What is this, a choke? Oh, we did something. All right, let's get this thing off the trailer. All right, guys, got the car off the trailer, so let's do a little bit more of a in-depth walk around here. So again, if you guys know me, not a big sticker guy, so I think the first thing we'll be doing is removing all these stickers, and like I said, this vinyl's got to go. So we'll get to work getting that off. But anyways, let's start with the interior. I believe, according to the cowl tag on the firewall, which I'll show you, this car originally came with a white interior, so these might be the original door panels, but it looks like someone started converting it to black. So we got the black seat back there, black carpet, obviously. So I think what I would like to do is order some black door panels to make this interior all black. It's got some eBay special racing buckets in there. They look all right, not the end of the world. Hurst 4-speed. Other than that, pretty standard. Someone added the Sun Super Tac 2 speedometer. Odometer reads 25,000 miles. Maybe it's 125,000. Maybe it's 225,000. I don't know. Hurst 4-speed. Someone added the Summit water temp and oil pressure. Radio's there. This air vent is broken off there, so add that to the list of things we need to order. I don't know if this is a factory like dash pad or if something's just, it looks like someone added this thing aftermarket. Again, I don't know. 80s steering wheel, whatever. Pretty standard interior. Someone added the speakers there too, I believe. Let's pop the hood here. Forget that sound of an old car door closing. Can't beat it. She's got an aftermarket steel cowl hood. So it looks pretty slick. Get that up. Boom. So even though it says 396, I'm told this is a 402 big block. I know nothing about big blocks or carburetors, whatever the hell you got under here. But anyways, I took a look. It's a Holley with an Edelbrock intake manifold. I've been looking for some casting numbers around here. Maybe someone can tell me what year this thing is out of, or if it is indeed, in fact, a 402. But, you know, chrome valve covers and breather, aftermarket coil and plug wires. Super clean in here. You know, a little bit dusty. It was stored indoors in a barn, but overall super clean. You know, inner wheel wells are all solid. Frame's clean. Everything appears original as far as suspension is concerned. Everything up here is, you know, all hoses are like new. Someone went through this thing recently, so definitely nice mechanically. But yeah, I mean, not a show car by any means. Like I said, I think that quarter's better, but you know, I already showed you the lower rockers look like they've been possibly spray bombed. Might be difficult to see, but there's tons of orange peel in this quarter. But I mean, for what I paid for a 69 Camaro that, you know, is a driver, runs and drives perfect, super straight, no, you know, obvious rust holes. I'm pretty happy. So first things first, it needs a bath. Like I said, it was stored indoors, but on dirt. Let's get this thing cleaned up first. get those vinyl stickers off and get in the garage, and then we'll go from there. Just kidding. Had to go for a drive first. I mean, the guy took me for a ride when I bought it, but I haven't driven it yet. This is my first time driving anything older than, I don't know, 1995. This thing is rad. I love it. Just cruising around, no license plate, no insurance, no registration, no documentation whatsoever. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. Transmission shift's good. Motor sounds good. All the gauges work. All the backlights work, it looks like. Hopefully this isn't a cop up here we're coming up on. Stand by. Update. It was a cop. No license plate on this thing. So, very good chance they turn around right now and come get me. Or we gotta hang out for a little while until they leave, because that is the only way back to my house. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll risk driving by again with no license plate. I can't hang out down here forever. But anyways, a couple initial observations. These things steer like absolute crap. I mean, I am all over the road. Stone cold sober. Struggling to keep her between the mustard and the mayo here. I don't even know what you call these things. This car's got power steering, but the steering rack is like behind the K member and there's no rack and pinion. It's just like some sort of pivoting mechanism. I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing about old cars, guys. I don't know anything about carburetors. Never had one in my entire life. I'm way out in left field. Oh my God, the brakes. Drums on all four corners, non-power. We almost just blew that stop sign, so this is gonna take some getting used to, but let's cruise around a little more here. All right, guys, here we go. Going past this cop. I don't think we're gonna get away with it. Let's see. Yeah, she's pulling out. Here we go.
Hi, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Good. Do you have the plates for this vehicle?
No, I saw you on the way by. I was like, she's definitely gonna get me on the way back.
I mean, I saw you passing it. I guess I didn't see that you didn't have plates.
No, so I just bought this car this weekend, and I went to register it today in Greenland, and I needed to do the VIN verification.
Yeah.
So I just had the Greenland police officer at my house, and he just did it, and I just wanted to take it for a quick ride. I literally live like 2 miles up this way.
Okay.
But
that's
it's
like your license with the vehicle?
it's I have a lot of it. It's just right at my house down the road. Yep. Alright, guys. This cop is following me home now to make sure that it's not stolen, since I have no paperwork on me right now. So he's letting me get off with a warning, I think. Let's see. All right, guys, a couple days later, actually about a week later, it has been hot as hell here in New England, so I haven't really wanted to do any sort of driving of a performance vehicle that probably runs hot as is. But anyways, we got pulled over our first drive in the Camaro. You guys probably heard some of it, but the officer, female officer, very nice, ended up just basically giving me a warning. She followed me back to my house because it was only about 1.5 miles away, and checked out the paperwork since I didn't have any plate or registration or anything, and we were good to go after that. But now got a plate on the Camaro. She's been in the garage just chilling. I already peeled the orange stripe off on both sides, so it's got that going for it. And but I still haven't washed it. It rained a little bit when I was driving it home. It's just dirty. The paint's gonna need a lot of help regardless, but I just want to give it a quick wash. Let's fire this thing up, get it outside, and give it a wash. Just did the Mercedes, so that thing's drying up over there. Next in line is the Camaro. Let's give her 3 pumps. That's about all I'm good for. See what happens. Jeez, like nothing. washed up. I want to put it on the lift. So I just moved the Corvette out. So let's take this thing for a little drive, kind of beat on it a little bit so you guys can, you know, see what it's all about. And then I'll put it on the lift and check out the underside. Beautiful day for a cruise. This car doesn't have AC, so it's a little hot, but you know, it does have these Astro vents down near my feet there, so those are nice. Let's go see if we can't beat on this thing a little bit. That's what you're supposed to do in Camaros, right? Well, we just drove past the cop in the same spot who pulled me over earlier in this video. Doesn't look like they're coming to get me this time, because we're legal. We got plates and insurance on this thing. Ha! What these old guys are always raging about big blocks for. Second gear, I mean, it's got some torque, but if we end up keeping this thing, she's getting an LS swap pretty fast. Let's get home, get this thing back on the lift, and let's talk about what the plan is. Whoops. Alrighty, got her up on the lift. Only minor bending of the antenna. But let's take a look underneath here. Got our 402 big block. Of course, it's painted Chevy orange. The frame and, you know, all the subframe on this car for being 50 years old looks really solid. You know, someone's obviously painted it, but this is all, you know, good solid metal. All around. Some sort of long tube headers. There's, I believe, it's a M21 Muncie 4-speed. 2-inch piping here. Obviously this car's had some sort of undercoating, which may or may not be hiding, you know, floor pans that may or may not have been replaced. Probably be easier to look from the top side and just peel back the carpet. But, you know, this is all solid metal. I don't know if these subframe connectors are aftermarket. Maybe some of you first-gen Camaro guys can tell me. I know the front subframe obviously bolts to the body, but I don't know if these, you know, that connect to the rear body there are factory, so maybe someone can tell me that. I don't know what kind of mufflers these are, but they are way too quiet, so I'm gonna have to do something about that soon. Stock, I believe the stock 10-bolt rear. Like I said, drums all around, but it looks pretty clean back here. Might be the original trunk pan, I'm not sure. Solid. I don't know if that's an air fitting or what. But yeah, overall pretty clean. Like I said, obviously someone's been down here with, you know, paint and or undercoating, but that's all right. Looks like it's got a newer gas tank as well. I think I talked about this a little bit on the trailer. You know, these, I don't know how well this will come out on camera, but actually you can see that pretty good. You can see the whole lower part of the car. It looks like someone spray painted it. Not really sure why. You know, maybe there's some rust in there. Bondo, who knows? I did take a couple magnets to it. You know, it is metal. So I'm not sure what's back there. But, you know, this is a driver car, not show quality, but I think in one of these videos we'll end up, you know, doing a full paint correction on this car, and we'll just see what's underneath this regardless. I mean, what do you have to lose with something like that? But anyways, let's talk about the plan a little bit. So I've always wanted a 69 Camaro. I love the lines on these things. Obviously only 1 year that they had this kind of swooping fender design that goes all the way down the back of the car, straight out to the back. Just a really, really classic looking car. But as I kind of alluded to earlier, that, you know, big block's just not doing it for me. And I think that, you know, maybe it's cliche at this point, but ultimately I'd like to end up having an LS swapped Pro Touring Camaro. I mean, we're talking either forced induction or, you know, big cubes NA, 4-link rear end, 9-inch forward rear end, tubular control arms, coilovers, full chassis with air conditioning, and, you know, blacked out this and blacked out that, color matched. You know, nothing as far as like a numbers matching original car. This car does not have the original motor. I don't know if it came with an automatic or a, you know, manual transmission. Basically, the cal tag says that it was originally Daytona yellow with a white interior. The only thing that's left of the white interior is the door panels, which I'm probably going to paint black anyways. You know, it's obviously not a numbers matching original car, and never will be, even if it was. You know, it's not a desirable, you know, true SS or Z28 or Copo or anything like that. So to me, I don't feel bad, you know, color matching things, ripping out the motor, putting an LS in it. You know, who cares? So that's ultimately what I'd like to do. I don't know how soon I'm going to do that, but I will tell you, I've already ordered parts for this thing. We're starting right away with, you know, simple things that I'd like to do. Like I said, I got some exhaust on the way just to hold us over because this thing is way too quiet for my liking. Got some appearance stuff on the way. And, you know, we might be changing up the front end a little bit and doing some other small stuff. I do have a spare 5.3 in the shed. Who knows? We could get crazy sooner than later. But like I said, I'd like to start, I think, before anything with this car with suspension. You know, tubular A-arms, coilovers, all that stuff. Probably need a mini tub. Problem with these older cars is that the wheel wells are just not that big. You can see this little guy here still barely fits up in that wheel well up there. So if we want to fit bigger tires, we need to cut out the wheel tubs, weld in mini tubs. You know, the 10-bolt rear ends are not that strong, so then you put on bigger tires, you blow up rear ends. It's kind of a rabbit hole. So, you know, if we start putting some money into the car, then we're going to start with suspension and then go from there. But I'm rambling. Like I said, I've ordered parts for this car. So stay tuned for some of the future videos. We'll be getting those parts on and you know, hopefully really changing how this Camaro looks and sounds. So that's going to do it for this video, the first video, hopefully of many, on my 1969 Camaro. So stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you guys there.